pain-free is just when you've been in a lot of pain and all of a sudden that pain is gone. You can't believe the relief. It's just like you've got a new life.
Having pain relief gave me a better quality of life. I was able to cope with my children better. I was able to cope with my family life better, with my work life because I still maintained a full-time job.
Most people have experienced pain, either acute pain, which is short-term, such as after an operation, or chronic pain, which is long-term, like back, neck, or disease-related. Whether it's acute or chronic, there are important reasons to get pain controlled.
Pain can affect every aspect of a person's life. Certainly it can affect the day-to-day activities, like being able to walk to the store or be able to climb the stairs or go down the stairs. But it also takes an enormous amount of emotional energy. It drains a person emotionally and spiritually. It's hard work living with pain.
The kind of pains I was experiencing was, to me, they were so intense that I couldn't think of anything besides the pain.
I was in pain for a good 2 weeks before I got relief. I guess maybe I was one that was going to wait and see if it would go away by itself, and it wasn't.
People are resistant or maybe hesitant to getting their pain managed because they may feel they're failing. The disease and or problem is getting worse. It may escalate before they're really willing to control it or to turn for help.
You have your own idea of pain. You have your own perception of pain. Everyone has pain. Everyone has their own idea of pain. And our view is that all pain needs to be treated or evaluated to the best of the ability of the individual who treats and also for the benefit of the patient who has the pain. Now, if you don't tell us about your pain, we can't really help you that much.
Pain scales are tools that help you explain how you feel about your pain. Number scales rate pain, usually from 0 or 1 to 5 or 10. 0 is no pain. 10 is the worst pain possible. Face scales show expressions, from peaceful and pain-free to very upset and very painful. On a color scale, blue means no pain, and red at the far right means the worst pain possible. Pain is very personal, and we each deal with it differently.
A patient may describe their pain rated as a 9 out of 10 and be up and going about because that's the way that they've always been. Another patient may rate it 4 out of 10 and not be able to get out of bed because that's their tolerance and that's how they feel.
Being pain-free or having your pain under control can be key to recovering and carrying on daily activities.
And, you know, it's a funny thing. The doctor said to me, my family doctor, who I think is great, and she said, you cannot heal as long as you've got pain. The first thing you have to do is get rid of the pain. And once I got rid of the pain, I was on the road back to good health and healing. And
how's your belly pain?
Well, it was bad last night, but it went away this morning.
And what'd you do to make it better?
Well, I took the medication from the pump.
And did that help?
And it helps a lot.
Good.
Your healthcare professionals need as much information as possible about your pain.
Where specifically is the pain? If you tell me your back is sore, that's not enough. I need to know whether it's along your spine or if it's in your shoulders, if it moves around or if it remains local in one place. So the location as specifically as possible. It's going to be really important. There are also a lot of factors that can change throughout the duration of the pain. Like if you have pain when you walk up the stairs, for instance, it's important for me to know that. You're just fine until you climb those stairs, and as soon as you complete that flight of stairs, the pain subsides. That will be really necessary. Or does it linger for another hour or two afterwards? Is it constant, or does it wax and wane? Does it fluctuate? The characteristics of the pain, and that would be in your own words, that would be extremely important for me to know, and that would help me develop a plan that I could suggest to alleviate the pain. Is it like a squeezing, twisting sort of sensation? Is there any burning? or not? Is it a constant ache or not so much? Is there a pins and needles sensation? Because all of that kind of information is really crucial for me. And on occasion, people will have a difficult time picking out words to describe pain because it's awfully tricky to describe pain. So sometimes I will use some commonly suggested descriptors, such as the ones I just said. The timing, times of the day that it flares up and not. Is it worse at night or worse during the day? For certain kinds of pain, there will be a real flare-up at night. For other people, it may be only on movement that pain becomes more severe. And when they're sleeping, it's just fine.
Do you have any pain, John?
No. As long as I lie still, there's no pain whatsoever.
All right, so when you move around, you have pain.
If I move, if I stretch, then I would have an ache or a throb, not anything really intense.
Okay, so you described...
Checking on pain regularly may be necessary to keep it under control.
We know it's going to change, and we need to listen to what the patient says because only the patient truly knows what they're feeling. We can assume many things by what we see in patients' actions, but truly they know how they're feeling.
What does it feel like?
A dull ache.
A dull aching pain. How would you rate your pain on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being no pain and 10 being the worst possible pain? Could you point to the face that best represents how you feel when you're moving?
It would be in between 0 and 2, because I'd rate it a 1.
Okay, so it's about a 1. Is that acceptable relief for you?
That's very acceptable.
Please, would you get me the ice pack, hon? For my knee, it's killing me.
There's often more than one way to treat pain.
Okay.
Heat or cold.
Oh, that's good.
Rest and relaxation. Meditation, massage, and alternative therapies. Distraction. A variety of medication options.
Whatever it was I was taking wasn't working. And it was really having an awful effect on my system, and I tried not to take it. So consequently, I was really suffering, and to the point where I just couldn't handle it anymore. So when I went back to the doctor, this is when she put me on Percocet. And that made all the difference in the world.
If you have a pain from something that you're familiar with, you know what to expect. But this was strange, and I was wearing those stitches and, resisting the pain and hurting myself. And so I opted for the medication up front.
I was very happy to have medication that made me feel better. The pain had gotten so extraordinary that, to be quite frank, suicide was not something that I didn't think of on a daily basis. Because when you're in so much pain, relief, you just want relief.
And to be able to function, to be able to sit and have a conversation with people where you're not suffering. And it's great.
People have to be educated as to what pain is about. People have to be educated what kind of treatment's available. People have to be educated that it's all right to have pain diagnosed and it's all right to have pain treated.
Because it's not only your life that's being affected. It's your family members, it's your friends, it's your work mates. It's virtually everybody you come in contact with. And the stress that, even though you may not think you're projecting any stress, you are. You're projecting it to all those people in your life. And you're putting them in that position that they're uncomfortable as well. But for yourself mostly, if you have the ability to become pain-free, it's the quality of life that you're missing if you don't.
As a person with pain, you have the right to have your report of pain taken seriously and to be treated with dignity and respect by doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and other healthcare professionals. You have the right to have your pain thoroughly assessed and promptly treated. You have the right to be informed by your doctor about what may be causing your pain, possible treatments, the benefits, risks, and costs of each. You have the right to participate actively in decisions about how to manage your pain. You have the right to have your pain reassessed regularly and your treatment adjusted if your pain has not been eased. You have the right to be referred to a pain specialist if your pain persists. You have the right to get clear and prompt answers to your questions, take time to make decisions, and refuse a particular type of treatment if you choose. Although not always required by law, these are the rights you should expect and, if necessary, demand for your pain care.